Okay, so thank you guys for coming to the WebEx here. So our goal today, as you can see, is we can explain how to speed up chemical reactions. Okay, so just an APK for you guys here. So do you remember or what do you know about speeding up chemical reactions? What can we do to speed up a chemical reaction? Okay, so I'll give you guys about 30 seconds to think about it, and then if you think you know the answer, then you can type in chat for me. Have to think about what do we usually do in school, okay, when we were in school and were doing experiments. What did we do to speed up chemical reactions? Okay. Now, Charlie, I would appreciate if you use more respectful language. All right. So let's move on here. So the one thing I would like you to know for this one, okay, and you guys can write the notes later. I'm just going to go through the notes very quickly. So first of all, the principle, okay, the reasoning behind all of this is a theory that we call collision theory, okay? So what it says is that for a reaction to occur, the reactants must collide in the correct orientation, okay? Um, with enough energy to break the bond between the atoms, okay? So correct orientations mean they have to collide in the same, like at a correct way, okay? Um, they must line up the correct way before the collisions, okay? And also they need to collide with enough energy. So like, some if they come together like like that, it's not enough energy, right? It has to go like big in to give them enough energy to break the bond. Okay, because remember in chemical reactions, what happens is the atoms, their bond breaks. Okay, and then they make new bonds to create new uh, substances. Okay, so moving on. Now, I just want to show you guys sort of like a what do you call it? A an animation. That's what I want to say. Okay, so this one moved quite slow, so not enough energy. Okay, so no reactions. And if we that one went faster, but they were not in the correct orientation, so not lined up the right way. So again, no reaction. But then if they come together really fast and line up the right way, then you got chemical reactions. Okay, so that's what the collision theory is saying. Okay. Okay, next bit is how we can speed up the chemical reactions. So to speed up the chemical reactions, like if you think about the collision theory, that means that we can do two things. Okay, so first, because it's all about collisions, we need to make sure that there are more collisions. Okay, and two, the collisions they got enough energy. Okay, as long as you do one of the two, you would speed up the chemical reactions. Now, of course, if you do both of them, you would speed up the chemical reactions even more. Okay, so how can we make more collisions, or how can we give them more energy to collide? Okay, so there's a few things that we can do. So you can either decrease the particle size. You can also increase the temperature, increase the concentration, use a catalyst, and also stir. Okay, remember when we were doing experiments, a lot of the time I tell you guys, I give you guys a stirring rod and say, just stir it, okay? And that's just to speed up the chemical reaction. Now, um, at what I would like you guys for this lesson, at least by the end of this lesson, are able to tell me these 5 things that we can do to speed up a chemical reaction. Okay, now at least I would like you to do that for me. Now moving up a bit higher, okay, a higher level, I would like for you guys to be able to explain to me, why is it that if we do those things, they speed up the chemical reactions. So first of all, let's talk about particle size. Okay, so um, so with particle size, we say to decrease the particle size. Basically what it means, okay, in layman terms, just break them up. Break them up into smaller particles. And if you break them up into smaller particles, then you would have more particles being available to react, okay? So as you can see on the diagram there. So on the left-hand side, they're all clumped together, okay? So the red particles, they can only react with the green particles on the outside. But then if you break them up, okay, if you break them all up, then the red particles can also react with the particles that were originally on the inside. Okay? Okay, so if we break up the particles into smaller particles, then this makes sure that there's going to be more collisions, and therefore it's going to increase the rate of reaction. Okay? Um, Moving on. So next we got temperature. So we can increase the temperature, and what it does is it gives the particle more energy. Okay? So if there's more energy, then our collision is going to be effective. So the particle is going to collide more often because they're moving faster, and also they got more energy, which means that we got more effective collisions, and so we got better rate of reaction. Okay. Next one is concentration. So when you increase the concentration of a reactant, that's going to increase the number of particles that you have inside the like a flask or beaker. Okay, and since there's more particles, there's going to be more collisions. Okay, and again, it's going to increase the rate of reaction. Next one is catalyst. And catalysts, they are substances that increase the rate of a reaction without becoming used up during the reaction. Okay? And basically what it does is catalysts make it easier for particles to collide and bond together. Okay, and you can see, a an image to represent what catalysts do. Okay, so catalysts, they um, they've got these places on them that allows the reactants to bond, okay, to come together and bond together. Now, an example of this would be, you guys may know the Mentos in Diet Coke, okay? And what happens is, right, if you got the Diet Coke by itself, when you open the cap, you see that you've got carbon dioxide being released, okay? And that's a chemical reaction that just happens naturally, okay? If you leave the unopened bottle, sorry, if you leave the opened bottle out, it's gonna release carbon dioxide over time, and over time, it's the Diet Coke is gonna go flat, right? So it's gonna happen naturally. When you put Mentos inside, it speeds up that chemical reactions, releasing more carbon dioxide, and that creates that fountain of that fountain of Diet Coke just come gushing out of the bottle. Okay, and once the reactions has happened, um, if you look at the Mentos, you can see that the Mentos they're not used up. Okay, they may dissolve a little bit, but not used up completely. Okay, um, so Mentos is a great example of a catalyst. All right, moving on here. So last one we got stirring. So basically, stirring keeps the reactant in motion. Okay, and so that's going to increase the collision and so increase the rate of reactions. And also, if there's any unreacted material in there, it's going to mix them up and then allowing them to react as well. Okay, and we do this in cooking, in our daily life. We also do this in, uh, chemical labs, and obviously at school as well. So those are the 5 things that we can do to increase the rate of reaction. Okay, so like I said before, at least I would like you guys to be able to tell me the 5 things. And then moving up a higher level, I would like you guys to be able to explain to me why doing the 5 things allow you to speed up the chemical reaction. Okay? Now, just to extend people a little bit here, um, so this is activation energy. Okay, and if you are interested, um, this if you want to continue on with chemistry in the future, then you can have a read through this one. Okay, and just talk about activation energy. So when we talk about that, the amount of energy, like collisions need to have enough energy to make a reaction happens. That's that's the activation energy. Okay, so you can read that. So, and that's basically the end of the lesson. All right, just a bit of a fun thing here for you. So what I need you guys to do is I would like you guys to complete the learning task on Education Perfect. So there are 3 lessons, the mini lessons, okay, and they go through each of things that we just talked about, okay, and do the questions on there. All right. Now, if you are having any problem with Education Perfect, so let me just get, okay. So if you go on to Education Perfect, so if you forget your username, it's basically CDSC, all caps, and then your first name, and then your last name, okay, just first and last name, and make sure that you capitalize the first letter of each name, okay? Now, if you forget your password, you can also reset it using this username, okay? So just type in, so just click on forget password, put this, put your username in, and then it will send an email to your CDSC email account with a link for you to reset it, okay? Um, I can also reset it for you as well, but so but I think it's going to be easier if you do it yourself. But if you're really struggling to reset the passwords, email me. I'll reset it for you. I'll send you back a new password. Okay. So that's basically what we need to do. Um, what I would like you to do. So we got a double. Should be plenty of enough time for you to complete all 3 lessons uh, with regards to rate of reaction there. And also, I would like you to go back and complete any other lessons on Education Perfect that you have not completed yet, okay? So at the moment, what I can see is that we got a few people having done the lessons, so well done to those people. Um, and the others just need to catch up, okay? So today's the double. You guys should have enough time to catch up. Um, Also, I want to let you guys know that next week we're gonna have a test, okay? And so we're going to start revision as well. So this is sort of like the last lesson of the topic. On Friday, we're going to start revision. I'll give you guys a few lessons next week to revise as well, and then we're going to do the test after that. Okay? All right. Thanks, guys, for coming to the WebEx.